Have you ever stood in the grocery aisle looking at two identical containers of chocolate powder, but one says cacao and the other says cocoa? Maybe you thought cacao was just a fancy spelling or a clever marketing trick to make you pay a little more. Well, while they both come from the exact same fruit, the journey from the tree to your taste buds takes two surprisingly different paths. Welcome to Simple Things Surprising Histories. Today, we're cracking open the true story of cacao versus cocoa to answer, what's the real difference? To understand the difference, we have to go back to the beginning. Both cacao and cocoa start out as the seeds of the Theobroma cacao tree. The scientific name literally translates to food of the gods in Greek. For thousands of years, civilizations like the Mayans and Olmecs revered this plant. They called it cacao, a word that survived centuries. So where exactly did cocoa come from? Over time, European traders gradually transformed the word cacao into cocoa, whether through shifts in pronunciation, spelling adaptations, or mixing with other indigenous words. The new spelling eventually stuck. For a long time, the two words meant the exact same thing, but today the food industry used them to market two distinct stages of chocolate's life. While there is no strict legal definition separating them, the modern food market generally defines them based on one element: heat. Every chocolate journey starts the exact same way. The pods are harvested, cracked open, and the seeds inside are left to ferment and dry in the warm sun. But here is where the road forks. Products marketed as cacao are usually processed more gently and roasted less, or sometimes not roasted at all. The fat is pressed out and the remaining solid is milled. Because it avoids intense heat, it retains its natural, earthy, and notably bitter flavor. Products labeled cocoa, on the other hand, are typically roasted at much higher temperatures. This triggers chemical reactions inside the bean that deepen the flavor and aroma, bringing out that sweet, warm, classic taste we all recognize. Often, cocoa is also washed in an alkaline solution, a method called Dutch processing, which neutralizes its natural acidity and helps it dissolve beautifully into liquids. So, which one is actually better? It depends entirely on what you're looking for. Nutritionally, lightly processed cacao is a powerhouse. By skipping the intense roasting process, it holds on to an incredibly high level of flavonoids and essential minerals like magnesium. It's a genuine superfood, but its intense, bitter taste isn't for everyone. Roasting and processing can reduce some of cocoa's natural antioxidants and flavonoids, but what it loses in health benefits, it makes up for in flavor and usability. It is sweeter, milder, and the undisputed king of brownies, cakes, and winter hot chocolate. In short, today products labeled cacao are usually processed more gently to preserve their ancient, earthy nutrients, while products labeled cocoa are typically roasted for a smoother, richer flavor. A gradual shift in history, now representing two totally different ways to enjoy the food of the gods. Which one do you prefer using in your kitchen? Let me know in the comments below. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow chocolate lover, and subscribe to Simple Things Surprising Histories for more fascinating stories hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.